I want to talk to you about abundance. Abundance is not something you achieve. Abundance is not something we gain through any sort of process of doing anything. Abundance to me is a state of the mind. It's a place that is present and available for us to access at any given time. It's like a deep storage room sort in the back of your brain with its doors locked, which means it's always been there. But chances are you have not trained yourself to be able to find this place inside you, inside your psyche. That is abundance. And so the challenge is not to try to discover what to do and what not to do in order to gain something that then achieves abundance. But the challenge is to gain the ability to sort of close your mind, close your eyes, and allow yourself to linger. And remind yourself that I am enough. Not you are enough, but I am enough. Speak to the mind, speak to the inner psyche. Do this repeatedly until you arrive. This might take years. I wish there was an easier way. The problem with achieving or learning something in order to gain abundance, purchasing something, taking a class. The problem with these things is that what's been provided to us is external. And abundance is an internal state of the psyche. So, as you can tell, that is already clashing. It is impossible to do anything external, gain anything external in order to enhance an internal state long term. I do not believe that is sustainable. That game, that move takes us to where we are today. Society that is constantly addicted to purchasing new things, wanting the next best thing. And I do not have a problem with that. I genuinely believe that in order for our species to continue on the journey, we need to be innovating. And in order to do that, we probably need to invest money and energy into the next best thing. And that's just the way it goes. To my understanding, abundance as a state of the mind is almost a separate aspect of the other side of our brain that's constantly chasing something new. It is possible to separate the two. So the point I'm trying to make is that these are two parallel paths. And of course you can take one and U-turn around in order to arrive to the other, but you can also maintain both. In order to maintain both, you need to recognize both. You need awareness of both. On one hand, I am enough. On one hand, I am complete as I am. I've always loved myself and I will always continue to love myself, despite any circumstances. Doesn't matter what happens to me, doesn't matter if I lose weight, gain weight, people's perception of my life, how much money I have or don't have. The inner love, self-love will always be there. On the other hand, I am working towards building the life. I am working towards building my life in order to achieve certain desires. Now, what's more important here is that these desires need to be filtered. Okay? If you sit around and everything is a desire, Anything from the piano to the espresso machine to the next computer, the next phone, and the next Audi, and you name the list. And the list does not ever get filtered, then there is a serious problem. Desires need to be unique to you. Desires need to be specific, meticulous. Desires need to be filtered out. They need to be thought and rethought over and over again. They need to be questioned. They need to be let go of. They need to be delayed through delayed gratification. Desires need to be challenged. I want you to think of desires the way you think of, I don't know, your dog, right? Take that desire on a walk, man. Move it around. It's not just there for you to like just feed it and constantly feed it. It needs to be taken care of. Desires are alive, they're breathing. And some of them need to be let go of. Some of them need to be questioned and challenged to a point where we might recognize, might arrive to a point where we decide this is not worth it. This is not big enough. This doesn't mean enough to me. So, to recap this thought, on the one hand, there's abundance. On the other hand, there's desire. What I'm saying is that both can exist simultaneously, peacefully. These two long-term enemies can be next door neighbors for life and be in peace. To be at peace, we must honor both of them. And that's where we struggle. We do not do that. We go far, far east where detachment and abundance exists, and we come to the west and there's nothing but desire out here. It's just like a dry desert when it comes to the world of detachment and abundance. These two are the yin and yang. These two are the black and white, the good and the evil. And the point is not to say which is white and which is black. The point is to recognize both can exist simultaneously within us on a day-to-day basis. That process takes courage. It takes daily work. It takes a level of commitment, a reminder to be grateful, a reminder that you need to push harder, a reminder every single day that you can lose everything and your level of respect and self-love for yourself is not going anywhere. And another reminder every single day that there are daily goals for you to hit. And on those lazy days, you gotta push through them. That's the path of growth. It's not about the easy days, it's about the hard ones. These sound like two different worlds, but they ain't. They're not. They are simultaneous, parallel existence of the psyche. Most of what we find as I search for wisdom are people that are far in one side of the character, the conversation. I want to help bring you to that center, the place where you can walk on that fine line and recognize both sides. So start by that. Start by naming what you're grateful for, naming where you need to push, reminding yourself of what you want, what you desire the most, reminding yourself of the things you're willing to let go of today. For every single thought, bring in a thought from the opposite world. That's the path, man.